Hi, let's start with JavaScript concept. Okay, so today we are going to see some examples of variables, and before that we will just go through the table of content. So first we have introduction. So as we have discussed yesterday, we have seen how the software architecture works, how the software is developed, what are the different roles are available for developing the software, that we have seen yesterday in introduction part. Second part we will see JavaScript variable. So yesterday also we have checked already JavaScript variable. Next we are going to check with JavaScript data type today and JavaScript function. Okay, so JavaScript variable already we have discussed yesterday. So we have discussed, like, yeah, JavaScript variable are nothing but it's like a memory space for data. So that we have discussed, but we have not done any practical creation of variable. Okay, and we have not seen any kind of like examples and all. So we'll try to check with the example. So let's get back to VS Code. But before going to VS Code, now we are not going to execute any HTML file in browser. Okay, so we will start with Node.js project today. Okay, we'll set up a Node.js project. So already in my system, Node.js setup is available. Okay, Node.js is installed. So with help of Node.js, we can execute JavaScript, okay, in terminal as well. So I'll just create one Node app. Okay, I'll just do that. Now I'll open this Node app folder inside. Am I sharing a screen? I think so. I'm not sharing screen. Okay. Well, let me share a screen first. Okay, can you able to see my screen? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I have created recently one variable. One folder. Okay. I'll just show you that once again. So I've created one folder called node-app. Okay, and then I will open this folder in VS Code. So for that I have opened VS Code, and I'll just try to open folder, and we will select node-app. Okay, let's see. So we can see the folder is empty. So first we will try to create index.js. Okay, with JS extension, because JavaScript file we are going to create. Okay, so index.js. Now we'll close the welcome page, and then we will go to terminal on the top and just click on new terminal. Okay, so click on new terminal, which is having the same path, node-app. Now we have one JavaScript file. Now this JavaScript file we are not going to execute on the front end. Okay, we are going to execute on the terminal, and this is possible because of Node. Okay, because Node is installed in our system. So Node helps us to execute or compile JavaScript in terminal. Okay, so let's start with JavaScript variable. So yesterday we have, yeah, any doubt you have? Any question you have?
Sir, Node means Node.js.
Yes, Node means Node.js. Yes, yes.
Okay,
It's a
sir.
JavaScript framework. Okay, it's a real-time environment. Okay, so that where which supports, like, which executes the JavaScript code. Okay, so we'll check in details regarding Node.js in Node.js modules. Okay, once we'll go forward, we'll check. But as of now, just we are trying to understand, like, okay, JavaScript can be executed in terminal as well. Previously, we were not able to execute JavaScript code in terminal, right? So with the help of Node, we'll execute. So yesterday we have discussed regarding variable, right? So variable I displayed, like, variable can be created using var keyword, right? So it's a var keyword. We can write a variable name as variable 1. Okay, variable 1, and then we can we'll just do semicolon. Okay, so this is like creation of variable. Okay, one more thing you have to understand, that whenever we try to print anything on the terminal, like this is the terminal place, right? So if I want to print anything, if I want to display any messages on the terminal, we have to use console.log. So whatever we write inside this console.log in double quotes or single quotes, it will be displayed as it is on the page, on the terminal. So what I'll just write here, hello world. Okay, so let's comment it. If you want to comment, just comment with double slash. That will not get executed. Okay, so this line is not getting executed. okay, because this is commented line. Now I will try to execute this page node. So to execute, we'll just write node space index.js. So once I execute and click enter, you can see hello world is displayed on the terminal. Okay, because console.log is nothing but it's like consoling on the terminal. Okay, any messages if you want to pass, it will just print on the terminal. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind regarding console. Now let's move back to variable. Okay, so let's go and let's create variable. So where let's suppose I'm just creating the data variable. Okay, now as we have discussed, when we try to create a variable, okay, like in this example you have already seen, when we write var space data, that time the variable value will have undefined, right? So we have to check whether it is truth or whether it is false. So I'll just try to console this. So I'll just console.log and I'll just write one message as uh, printing variable value. Okay, this is just a message. Then after putting comma, now we are just passing the variable. So variable data we are passing here, data. Okay, now at this stage we expect to be undefined, right? Undefined, we expect to be undefined as output. So let's execute it and let's check it. So again I'll do node space index.js. So once I execute node space index.js, you can see printing the variable value which is data. Data is undefined. Okay, data is undefined, which we have already discussed yesterday. Like whenever we try to create any variable without initializing any value, that time the value will be undefined, right? That time the value will be undefined. So that is the reason we proved it. Like whenever we create any variable, we are getting undefined. Fine. So next we will try to assign some value to the variable. So to assign a value to the variable, we'll just write data equals 10. So once I assign 10 to the data, now same console if I'll print here, once I print here, print variable value after assign, after initialization, right? So after initialization, what we can get? So let's print. So clear, clear is nothing but it's like a clearing screen. So it will just get clear that entire terminal, the previous history and all. So now let's try to print it. So node space index.js. So once I print index.js, JavaScript will start printing from top to bottom. So first data variable will get executed, then console.log, then we'll get printing variable value undefined. Okay, at this stage the data is undefined. Next line data will get 10, then again next to next line we will get data as 10, right? So let's execute it and try to check it. Okay, see. So we can see here, before assigning any value to the data, okay, before line number 5, we have data just created, but nothing has been assigned. That's why the value of data is 10. But after assigned 10, the value of data is 10, right? So this is the way to define, create a variable, okay, declare a variable, assign a value, and we can override the value as well. Like let's suppose I'll just try to make it 40, right? I'll try to make it 40, and then once I print here, okay, printing value after reassign, okay, reassign. So after reassign, the value will be 40 now. See, so first time before assigning any value it was undefined. Second time once we assigned initialize the value with 10, it is became 10. Then at last stage the variable value will be 40. So like this we can reassign the value. Okay, and in this stage 10 got lost. In this stage undefined got lost. Okay, so previous value always will get lost to the data and new value will be updated to that data. Okay, so that is variable. So next thing we are going to check is variable can be not created using only var keyword. Okay, you have any doubt?
Sir, I am directly put the number 10 in the place of initialization.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I'm telling. First, either you can create a variable, okay, either you can create a variable and then assign a value, or that is called declaration and then initializing the value separately, right? Other place what we can do, we can just var abc equals 20. That means we are creating a variable named abc and then we are assigning 20 at the same time. Okay, so in this situation the value of the variable will be 20. Okay, so this is like initializing and creating the variable on the same statement, and this is declaring a variable and then initializing a value on the separate statement. Okay, so that is all about. Okay, so let's check with other things. So any doubt you have in a variable?
No, sir.
Okay, so you can see here every time whenever I'm just trying to create variable, we are just creating using var keyword, right? So we can create variable using var keyword, plus we can create variable using two more keywords are available, right? So two more keywords are nothing but it's a let keyword and it's a const keyword. Okay, so two keywords are there. Okay, so till now we have seen only with var keyword, so we can just create a let keyword, let what is that, list equals 30. Okay, so this is also one variable, console.log list, right? So let's comment all this top. Okay, from top to bottom we'll try to comment it so that it won't get executed and it will just executed this two line, right? So this two line, if you just try to print it, you can get 30, right? Because I have just kept list, there is no other messages, that's why it's printing directly 30. Okay, so this is also one way to create a variable. Another ways are using const keyword. So const abc equals 40. Okay, const abc equals 40, and same thing we'll just try to print it. So I'll just do console.log and abc, I'll try to print it. Okay, so same thing, when I printed it's 40. Now the question comes in your mind, if already we have one keyword var with us, why we have two more keyword exist for us, right? To create a variable let and const. What is the use of these two? So there are different scenario which this gets fails. Var keyword get fails, or there is some advantage and disadvantage of using var keyword. Okay, so because of that disadvantage of var keyword, we have introduced let and const as well. Okay, so this difference let, const and var we will discuss in our advanced JavaScript class. Okay, so further upcoming class, because now my motto is to just know the variables. Okay, so you understood how the variable is created, how the variable is called, how the value is assigned to variable. That is enough for variable examples. Okay, so let's move back to another part. So as we discussed, see, variable can act and store any kind of data. Study only we discussed, right? So same way we have multiple data types. Okay, multiple data types which variable can store. Like we have integer data types, like let, you can see here in the screen, let age is 25. So it's a integer value, right? 1 2 10 100, these all are integer value. We can store variable with floating value, that is decimal value 3.14. So this is one type of value, this is one type of value, that is number, comes under number type. String variable. So what is a string variable? String variable is whenever you want to store a variable having the value as alphabetical, okay, alphabetical or alphanumeric, that time the variable will be, value will be string, means, and it should be always enclosed with double quotes or single quotes. Okay, so this is string variable. So string can be created, like see, the name has been assigned stored to name variable name, right? John has been assigned to variable name name. So this is like a mistake, it's a not integer, it's a string. So this is mistake of the PPT, I'll correct it. Okay, but this is basically this is how the string variables looks like. Okay, this is string data type. Next data type is boolean. Boolean is nothing but it's a true or false, 1 or 0. So true or false in JavaScript, 1 or 0 denotes by true or false. So see, we have one variable let is active is a variable name, and we are assigning true without any double quotes, without any single quotes. Okay. So without any quotes, we are assigning the value to is active, that is boolean. Okay, so boolean. So next we have undefined. So already you have known undefined. What is the meaning of undefined? Undefined is nothing but we have created a variable, but we have not assigned any value to it. In that stage, the variable value will be undefined. Okay, so this is also one type of value, one type of data we can assign to a variable. Okay, next we will go. So next is somewhat advanced. Okay, so those all are primitive data type. Now it is non-primitive data type. So two more variable data types are object and arrays. So what is object? Let's suppose if you want to store one single person data like their name, age, occupation, hobbies. So this will be stored not using one variable, or this can be stored using object. Okay, so this is the object format where we are writing let person equals to curly bracket. Inside curly bracket we are writing key value, key value, key value pair. Okay, so with comma separated, you can see at last everywhere comma is there. So this is like object type. So we'll discuss everything, we'll discuss in detail in further. Okay, same way other variables are arrays. Arrays is nothing but it's like a set of collections of data. Okay, collections of data, like if you will say like collections of different chocolates inside the box, then that box won't become normal variable, that box becomes array variables. Okay, array type variable. So it's like a collection of sets of the data in one name. Okay, so this is array. So this is how the array is represented. Okay, so let's get back to practice. So let's start with string variable, right? So we have seen number, so let's go for string variable. So I'll just create one string, let str equals, I'll just try it with single quotes or with double quotes, any quotes you can use. Okay, John. Okay, I'll just try to print console.log and str. So you can see John, right? So this is string variable. Okay, another is let str q equals object. Inside object we can just write name, that is key, and we can just write Harry. Okay, so this is object variable. Object in other words, it's like a double open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Inside that we can write colon separated, right? With colon we can separate key and with property. So sorry, key with value. It's like property with value. If you want to add one more property like other than name, let's suppose age, so 20, you can write like this. Okay, so all this is one object. So we'll discuss this in detail, why this is got introduced, what is the use of it, where we'll use this. So all those. Now you just have to understand the data type, right? So this is the different type of data type. Next we have array. So array we have like this one, like with comma separated, like 34, 56. Okay, we can store different data type also. We can store a string also. Okay, John, like this we can store. Means here in this array we have number, we have integer value, plus we have a string value. Okay, already we discussed here on the top. Okay, so this is also one type of data. Okay, now let's suppose if you want to get to know which type of data the variable is storing, like let's suppose if I have let abc equal to 40, and if someone don't know like what type of value the abc is storing, so to check that we have one method called type of, one property called type of. Okay, type of space, this is the keyword, one keyword called type of, and space abc. So this time you won't able to, the abc value won't get printed, because we are checking what is the type of data abc is storing. So if abc is storing number type or integer type, then the result will be number. It's a string number. Okay, so it's printing as the data is number. Let's suppose if abc is storing string type like John, so this is string because ABC is storing string type, then now the variable value will be string. Got it? Now the variable value will be string. Let's suppose the variable is storing object without anything, nothing, no properties are there. Now this time the variable value is object. Okay, so these are the way to find out what is the type of variables, what is the type of data the variables is storing. So this you have to keep in mind, type of all small space variable name. Okay, so that's how you will get to know the type of data the variable is storing. Okay, understood? Any doubt you have, Amar?
No, sir.
Fine, everything is fine, everything is normal.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
displaying just small things. So you have to remember this all, you have to practice this all, you have to execute like the same way how I'm doing. Okay, practice it, store it, because you have to understand why the variable, and you have to understand why the variable is required. Okay, now one more thing I want to show you here. The variable data type can be changed time to time. Okay, it's not like one variable we have created number, then other data it should not acquire. Like see, if I'll create here ABC equal to 45. Now if I'll just print here console.log, and once I print ABC, sorry, type of ABC, and I'll just print ABC as well. So I'll just do comma and just print ABC. Okay, so type of ABC will come as number, and ABC value will come as 45. So if I'll clear, and once I execute it, you can see the variable type is number and the value is 45. So now the type of variable is in number, right? But if I override the ABC variable as John, now at line number 33, you can see the same ABC variable has assigned with another type of value, that is string. So now if I try to execute it, okay, if I try to execute it, now you see first it was number having 45, next the variable became string having John. So with this what we got, same variable can be have different type. Okay, different data type. Understood? So this is somewhat confusion for JavaScript, and JavaScript has very flexibility. JavaScript has provided us flexibility. We want to get to know like the variable value at last what is that. Okay, by seeing on the top we can't get to know. Like okay, this variable is created for only number, or this variable is created only for a string. The variable value can change different way, and it can store different data type at once. Okay, in multiple stages. Fine. So this much only for variable for today. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay, sir.
data types. Okay, bye.
Okay, sir.